All right, the strategy number 7 is the balance between quality and quantity and what you should focus on to grow your brand and to monetize it. So let's watch the clip and then break it down together.
As you'll notice, the bigger the creator, usually the less frequent they actually make videos. And it's because they realize just power laws exist, which is that if you spend 10 times more time on one video, it doesn't get 10 times the views, sometimes you get 100 times the views. Especially platforms nowadays are so heavily reliant on quality. You create the quantity to figure out the quality. And so in the beginning, more people make lots of content, and then you start figuring out the stuff that works, and then you'll notice that they're like, oh man, well, we did spend more time on that video. Okay, well, if we're gonna keep making videos like that, I don't think we can make this money, but it's okay because you make it up on the fact that the total quality of that one, it gets shared more, people watch it longer.
So let's break this down because it can actually be a little bit confusing. So in my opinion, what Alex is saying is that quality is what matters the most. And I agree, because again, as we talked in one of the previous points, there's so much content out there nowadays that for you to stand out, your content actually needs to be better, because there's a lot of alternatives. But to make your content better, if you're getting started, it is better to start with quantity so you have enough reps to learn, so then you can eventually make quality videos. Even if you look at someone like Mr. Beast, he started by making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, and he got a little bit better each time, and only after that he was able to have the knowledge and the experience to focus on one video for a long time to make it actually good. Because if you don't start with quantity first, you have the risk of spending a lot of time on a single video and trying to make it perfect, but just because you don't know how to do that, then you can just waste a lot of the time and the video isn't good anyway. So you would rather make 10 bad videos than one, because you will learn 10 times faster. But after you post it consistently for a few weeks, few months, and maybe even more, and you feel that now you're at a stage that you can make each video a little bit better, then it does make sense to focus on it so you can actually stand out and you can have way higher chance of your video doing better. And Hormozi is correct that whenever you spend 20% more effort onto a video, it actually can do 10% better, because it's all about the winner takes all principle. If we look at Olympic Games, right? There's Usain Bolt, and he probably was just a couple of seconds or milliseconds faster than the guy at number 2, but no one even knows his name. But Usain Bolt is the person that won the gold medal. So even if the difference between two things are very small, the number 1 place can still take the whole prize pool. So the same for YouTube. Your video, your CTR, your average view duration, all these things we talk about today, even if you make them slightly better, you still have the chance for your video or for your content to do way better than your competitors. And most of the time, people actually underestimate how much effort it takes to make a really good video. There was a podcast I watched where the interviewer was asking a question to a big YouTuber whose name is Mr. Who Is The Boss, and he was saying, hey man, how do you have all these millions of subscribers? What's your secret? And he answered, hey, I just put in the hard work and I spend a lot of time in my videos. There's a lot of things. And I said, like, can you give me an example? For example, how long it takes you for you to script your video? And he answered, it takes me entire week, 7 days of everyday work to make a single script for a YouTube video. Now, there's a lot of people, including me, that the whole video doesn't even take 7 days. Like, to come up with the idea, to script, the title, the thumbnail, and to record, it may take a few days. And in his case, he's spending way more time and effort to own a single script of the video. And of course, just because he has also the experience to make the video good, then this effort is also going to pay off. So if you're getting started, focus on quantity first, but over time, once you have experience, focus on the quality and go as in depth as possible, because that's going to separate you apart from your competition and help you to take all of the prize pool of the marketplace, because the person that will make the best content is going to benefit the most by far.
You need to obsess about your first 30 seconds. Like this last weekend, I watched my top 35 YouTube videos. I watched the first 3 minutes of all of them. And I wanted to figure out, like, what was it that I did in these videos that I didn't do in other videos that had similar average view duration, but I didn't carry as many people through. I'll just share this with you. The 3 Ps that I found, at least for us, which is promise, proof, path. When I looked at my top ones, it was just like, hey, I sold my company for $46.2 million. A big part of that was that we had a guarantee that beat all of our competitors. And so we did 4 things that we used that made our guarantee stronger. Done. And if that's what I said the video was about, they're like, okay, there's a promise of what he's going to help me do. There's a path, and I have proof of why I should listen to this guy. There was a huge obsession of like match the exact words of the headline with the first however many seconds of the video, confirm the thumbnail in the background. And that's really because if you say, hey, we're going to crush a Lamborghini, and you They go and it's a talking head, there's no Lamborghini, they're like, screw this, and they're out.
Yes, actually hooks and this framework, Proof Promise Plan, is one of the biggest secrets to actually do very well on social media and grow your brand and monetize it, because every single piece of content, no matter if it's an Instagram reel, a YouTube content, a LinkedIn post, you lose most people in the first few seconds of your content. So hooks are everything. Your entire piece of content can be completely ruined if you get the first few seconds wrong. And to give you an example, our client Tanya went and cut some boring moments from the beginnings of her videos, and her old video still went from just few hundred views to over 10,000 views almost overnight. And this is how powerful this principle is. Now, of course, you don't have to go back and cut the moments from your old videos. It's much easier to make new videos with this new strategy, but still the Proof Promise Plan framework and focusing on your hooks is extremely important if you want your content to have the highest chances of performing well. If we go ahead, if we look at the hook of this video, for example, you can see that I followed the Proof Promise Plan formula exactly. I said that Alex Hormozi taught me 10 powerful strategies that helped me get over 1 billion views and get over 100k followers and $1 million, which is proof. And then I told you that I'm going to share with you these 10 frameworks with you so you can actually grow and monetize your personal brand as well, which was the promise and the plan on how I'm going to deliver this value to you. So make sure to pay a lot of attention to your hooks, to your intros, to the very first seconds of your content, because it has a huge impact and effect on how well your content is going to do. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.